This video will introduce you to the mind mapping tool within NVivo. Mind maps can be used to generally brainstorm any of your thoughts about coding, about your project, about your research, your reading, the literature, or anything else where you want to create patterned notes. However, they can also be used to create structural elements within NVivo, such as codes and cases. To create your own mind map, head to the Explore ribbon and choose Mind Map. To create a mind map, you'll first need to give it a name. I'm going to call this one Thoughts About Fishing Industry Decline. Once I've named it, I can click OK. There's going to be a central idea as part of my mind map, and I'm going to call this one Possible Codes. From this central point, I can branch out all of the different thoughts I have about coding on fishing industry decline. To create a new branch, all I need to do is click on my central idea and click on Child Idea. I'm going to call this one Cost of Doing Business. If I want to create another idea at this exact same level, I can choose Sibling Idea, and this will also branch at the same level. I'm going to call this one Competition. If I want to go down a further level, I can once again choose a Child Idea, and this time I'm going to go for International Competition. And then of course I need another idea at this exact same level, so I'm going to choose Sibling Idea and call this one Local Competition. As you can see, my mind map is beginning to take shape. I'm going to add further child and sibling ideas to map out all of the possible codes I can think of. As you can see, there's a fair few ideas on possible codes. This is a really good idea if you are looking at brainstorming your a priori codes before you go and do your analysis. You'll notice that when clicking on any of these boxes, you've got the option to change the colours in use. So for example, I could change this box to red. I could also change the font colour to white. I'm going to make this bolder, and I'm going to make the text bigger so it stands out. You can now see my text is too big, so I'm going to just drag out the size of this box to make it a little bit clearer. While I can freely move around any of these particular objects, NVivo will do a good job of keeping this tidy for me. You'll notice at the top left there are 3 layout options for mind maps. I'm going to click on the first one here and you'll see it will put the central idea in the middle and evenly balance the branches around it. I can alternatively choose hierarchical layouts, and these are really useful if you're using your mind map to brainstorm cases and organisational hierarchies. While you don't have to use this feature in relation to your code or case structure, if you do, NVivo can turn your mind map into nodes or cases. To do this, all you need to do is choose the Create as Nodes or Cases option. Here I'm going to choose to create these in my Nodes folder, and I'm just going to click OK. Now that I have created this mind map as a series of nodes, I can find them in the Nodes folder where I stored them. Here you can see my possible codes node and the hierarchical representation of all of the nodes that I brainstormed on the right hand side. This is a really good example of how the mind map tool can be used to graphically and quickly lay out parts of your NVivo project structure. Your mind maps, just like many other objects within NVivo, can be exported. To do this, all you need to do is right click in the white area and choose Export Map. You can save this in a range of common image formats. Now is a great time for you to create your first mind map.